Hey, good morning, folks. AJ, the CEO here, and this is install number 1 of our 50 install challenge here for 2025. We're down here in Petersburg, Virginia at St. Stephen's Episcopal Church. We did a walkthrough. I don't recall if I did the video or not of the walkthrough. I think I did, but this is pretty much everything we're going to be located inside of here. Currently right now, their media is just set up right here. They don't have a choir that's sitting in right now, so they just have a laptop and everything right here. So what we're going to be doing is installing the ATEM. We're going to put one PTZ right there and another one in the front somewhere. I'm thinking maybe on that side right there. They're going to be moving this, and the media desk is maybe going to be a 4-foot, 6-foot sitting right there. That's the main thing. Really straightforward. And then also we're going to be upgrading their sound system. They have an older sound system that seems kind of ubiquitous with a bunch of churches that I've been at. It's been the exact same one. If I come back here, I'm off on the side, and the sound system is that looks like the exact same one that we that's at St. Timothy's in DC. But we're gonna do that. And then we need to run a wired connection up here, which reminds me, I think I forgot to bring some power line adapters. But we have an X32 rack mount that we're going to put here. And then I forgot to bring the tablet. It also got a tablet to control everything. I was in a rush this morning because you can see I have my little one is with me because we've had a snowstorm of 1.5 inches, so they closed down school. So, so she's with me today. This is not going to be that big of an issue. The main thing, and again, I have my tall ladder still down in North Carolina. We're supposed to be down there last Sunday, but then the storm came in. The camera we're going to mount right here, and we're going to run the cables up above the vent and then drop it down there behind the vent. It's just going to be one fiber optic HDMI cable, one Ethernet cable that's going to go there. And then that's about it. So let's go ahead and bring this stuff up, because yesterday we dropped everything off, and we're going to come in here and start setting up everything. So let's go. All right, so the first thing we need to do is see if I need to get some more cables. We're going to take this out, and then we need to see what are the connections behind this. And do we need, probably going to need a, no, because somebody's going to manually come in here and turn this on. I was going to say put a surge protector up here. But one of the other things is we need to run an internet connection in here. So the other thing that I'm going to do is the PoE switch for the cameras is going to live here as well too. And to avoid having to run cables all over the place, probably going to also do a power line adapter so we can run a wired connection in here, because they said the Wi-Fi is good in here, so that's how the tablet is going to be able to control the X32. So we need to run a hard line connection in here and then run another feed from here into this location over here and get it over here in some way to have internet. Alrighty, so I'm gonna give the little one something to do here in a little bit so she can assist me in here, but let's go ahead and pull this out and let's see what we got laying behind here. As usual, the plug that they had here, it was wedged in there, so I had to cut the power cable. But thankfully, if we need to do that, I know how to fix that and splice another end and connect these ends back on here. One other issue that we got with this was also an amp as well too. So to get these speakers working, I'm gonna have to get an amp and need to get one quick, fast, in a hurry so that we can get the speakers working here. But as you can see, not that many plugs, so we got more than enough room. They had this CD player, well, excuse me, not the CD player, this tape deck in here. Obviously that's not going to be needed anymore. And the equalizer, we're going to get rid of that because that's built into this now. All right, so let's get a lot of almost all of the stuff is going to go away technically. We're going to put a rack for the PoE switch, pass-through plate. The rack is going to be the new amp that goes there, and I mean, I'll leave this here connected. I don't know who's still playing tapes, but I mean, they may, so I don't know. So anyway, let's go. I don't want to put this in here so that I can easily reach behind there and get cables. But actually, I could hook this up because I already know the type of cables that I'm going to go from the amp into the system. From here into the amp. So I'll probably just do that now. And then we can rack mount this and then go from there. All right, so we cleaned out a whole lot of stuff. They said they still want this connected, so we'll leave that here. What I'm going to do now is with all the cables, we're going to connect everything, and a bunch of these I don't know exactly what they were doing. Some of these are they were 1/4 inches, and so there's really no output for that. So we have just 6 mics in, we have an aux in, we'll be able to do that. That's where the tape was going to. Then, like I said, I'll need to order amp real quick. It should be here Friday. So I don't know where the rest of those 1/4 inch ones were going. Oh, they were going here, so I don't need those. I don't need that. So let me order this real quick so I can make sure it'll be here on time, because I need to make sure that they can use the system for Sunday for service, and then start putting the stuff in the rack. All right, now is to figure out the placement of these. I'm probably gonna put the X32 right here and maybe put the Ethernet ones at the bottom, so that that's easy for me to just drop down and run to where they need to go. Or maybe I'll do them up top. No, I'll do it up top. So we'll put the PoE switch, and okay, I was getting ready to say I couldn't close this, but this has a bevel, so that can work fine. Well, it all depends on how long the cable is as well too. I need to put a switch on here so that it can easily turn on and off the PoE switch, so it's not on the entire time. But anyway, let's get the rack. We're gonna hook up everything based off of that. I should have some extra cables, so that would be XLRs that we run out from the mains into what's going to go into the amps, and then we'll hook up the cables into that, so we should be good with that. Alrighty, we got that there. I got a couple of plates I will put here. Actually, they should be here today. So I have some plates I'll put here. And I might even just move this up one, and then that way I'll put a vented one right here and then another one on the top. Or it might not even be needed, to be quite honest, because this shouldn't be on while this is closed. And then I left space for the amp that I'm going to put here. I'm going to re-terminate these with those so that they will easily go into the amp that we have. I have 2 leftover XLR cables that I have that will come from the main out, and that will plug into the amp that will provide sound. Now we do have 2 outs that were 1/4 inches. I have no idea where they are going to, and actually let's see. Oh, that's actually not an out. I thought that was. That's actually going to a microphone. So let me unplug those. Where's that at? I can't reach it. One. Hold on. All right, so it looked like those were actually going to some type of mics up here. I can't get high enough to see. Ow. So I don't even think those are being used. So I hooked them up, and I don't think they're needed because they're just cables that are just hanging, and the other ends are not connected to anything. But I'm gonna try and put a surge or something in there so that this will get powered on at the same time. But technically, if I do this, so everything is on, and we got to configure everything. I do have a Ethernet RAN, that's to this. I'm probably going to slide it over so it's closer to this. And I have some more blanks that I need to put in there and populate, but we got that done. So the next thing I'm going to do is see about this table, about setting up the ATEM, and then we go from there. Alrighty, so we got the blue one here. That's going to be considered our uplink, so nobody will, hopefully will disconnect those. We got the X32. We are going to run the second one. That's for camera 1, camera 2, and then the ATEM. And I'll probably run one more so that it will be a connection for a laptop if they're there. So what I'm thinking about doing is actually running the cables over here in some way. If I can go through there and not be, so they already got a cable there, maybe widen that up enough because that's going to that jack. So maybe slide over a little bit and put another plate here, and that will actually be a jack to plug into for the two Ethernet cables there. And then I don't have to worry about anything being connected there, and we can come back and do that. That's what I'm thinking. So now with that all done, Amp's going to be here Friday, so we're going to have to come back here Friday afternoon and do that, which is going to be kind of tight. Depends on when they deliver it, because that one, this little thing right here, she done fell asleep on me, but she has martial arts practice, but we got to figure out a way to get over here so they can get their sound running. I think I have another surge protector. I think what I'll probably do is put a surge protector in here, and then somebody has to reach in and just tap that on, because that will be faster than me ordering a 1U. I should just, no, I have a 1U that's coming in for another project that'll be here today, so I'll just order another one and replace that with that one, and that will give a way to just turn everything on, and that should be easy. And we'll just put that down here, and that will turn all of this on when they flip that switch. So now let me clean up a little bit of my mess. I need to find out, and then we're going to focus on what they're going to do with, actually, hold on. I just realized that jack is here. If I find out what that jack is, and that should be a speaker cable from the way it looks, I could repurpose that, and that could be my cable for getting sound. So I have this one that's going to be for getting sound to the ATEM, and it's the right one. So So if I find out whatever that is on the other side, that can be the cable that will provide sound, so I don't have to worry about running new stuff in the wall. So, yay! All the stuff is working out. Trying to think what I can do, because until I can find out what this table is, what they're gonna do, and they're gonna move this, so the media area is gonna be here. So until this is out of the way, there's really nothing I can do. Let me see what they are gonna do temporarily. We can set up the monitor, the ATEM, all this other stuff. Need to bring back a power line adapter so that we can get internet here without having to run stuff all over the place. And I think they said the modem is downstairs, so hopefully we can get on the same switch or something so that we can get internet without having to run stuff all over the place. And I have no idea where that leads to, but let's see what else we can find out and see what else we can do, because if we don't, we are kind of at a stopping point today. Like I said, it's really simple. I thought school was going to be going on today, but that's why she's with me, because school is closed again today, and I didn't have enough room to put my ladder in here. I have a smaller ladder, and that smaller ladder will allow me to get up here and put that, and maybe I can reach that with that step ladder. But let's see if we can put up one of the cameras, and then we go from there. Alrighty, so we got that up there. It's enough for me to screw it in, but it's not tall enough for me to get up there and put the PTZ on. So I have to make sure I bring my 4-foot ladder, and that'll be more than enough. Other thing I'm thinking about right now is how we're going to get the cable in for the camera. And then also, when I was making the connections, I completely forgot about the joystick. So if we come back here and revisit this for our connections, X32, ATEM, PTZ1, PTZ2, we also need a joystick, so we'll have one more to go here that I need to run. So that will be 2 that are going in that direction, unless I did a switch. Don't want to do that. So joystick, ATEM over there. The cameras will come here, and then the connection here for the sound. So what I'm thinking about doing is how to get our camera line over here, because what I'm thinking about doing is we don't want to run it all the way over here, because nothing is going to be over there. Really thinking about maybe somewhere on here, and that should be easy to screw into. So if I get up there, put it right there, that will allow the camera to get over here, and it can turn here, but it will be a blind spot back here. But at that point, the camera back there should be able to do that. So let's see if that stool will get me high enough. And then, because again, the good thing is I don't have to use a lot of cable. But the main thing, I need to run a long cable so that this will go up there, go across the top, and come all the way over, and then drop in between that gap down to where that's going to be. So hopefully this will get me high enough, and then we can at least have the mounts and the cameras up out of the way. Yeah, I should be right at the point. I probably want to put it right up here. It is kind of uneven, but again, it doesn't matter. That's the beauty of a PTZ. We can move it, make it level where it needs to be. Alright folks, so we've actually come to a standstill for today. We're going to be back on Saturday. I ordered an amp that will be here Friday. The main thing is to get their sound straight. I'll bring my 4-foot ladder. Then we'll be able to at least hang the camera. We won't be able to run the cables. I will just pull the Ethernet to make sure I have enough so we can get all the way back here. Then those cables are going to run up here when I get my extension ladder back from North Carolina. We'll also hang this other cable, and what we ended up planning on doing, instead of drilling a bunch of holes, we're going to run the fiber optic HDMI cable, wrap that around the door frame, and boom, that will plug into the ATEM over here. The other one will drop down, will plug into the ATEM. The Ethernet cable, I'm actually going to run it all the way over here, drop it down, run it up under the door frame like all the other cables. That will come through and meet over here. I'll probably run it right about here and go around. Same way with this Ethernet cable from that camera, drop it down, run it across the baseboard, drop it here, pull it up behind here, and then that will go into the switch here. We're still going to run 2 other cables where we are going to put a plate. I'm going to put a plate right above this, and it's going to be a much bigger plate to stand off so it can give me the room to put those RJ45s there. That will be 2 jacks right here for the ATEM and the joystick. And I think that is about it. So we're probably going to make 2 more trips Saturday, and then the other day is to finish up everything, which is mainly pulling the cable over, and then that day will also be lumped into me doing the training for the 2 college folks that they got that are going to be running the system. So I cleaned up my stuff. Let me get my tools, and then we will see y'all back here on Saturday.